No sign of duck. We've organised this segment now this show now for a long, long time.
Yes, we have.
Best part of a month. Knew about it yesterday, but hasn't turned up today. So what we've got is Fat. We've got Bernard in Adelaide. We've got Damo. Well, we all look forward to it. We all prepare for it. We all get in here and get into the studio early, and then Duck just doesn't turn up at all.
No. As we said earlier, Jim, I spoke to him yesterday and I said, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
And tomorrow's arrived. And
Did he go out last night, do we know?
We don't know.
12 vodka and so 14.
We don't know. I mean, it's just astounding. He's not here.
Well, at least I've got to go early too, you know.
No, you don't. You're not going anywhere, Bill. You are not going. You've turned into the chief.
No.
The chief turned up for 4 straight years on a Friday night saying, look, I've got to go.
Well,
every single night.
But I put
by the way, for Hard Yakka, born in 1930, our legendary status is in our heritage. Yeah. As I said, McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. We are all here and loving the Saturday rub.
We are indeed. Now, Jim, there's a conspiracy around about the McKay boys, okay? And I believe it. Mm-hmm. And I've done a bit of craft.
Well, you've driven this.
I have driven this.
Bill.
And first of all, let me explain through the introduction here. Have a listen to this, boys. Hello, I'm Billy Brownless. I'm William Brownless. I'm Anthony Brownless. And I'm Bill Brownless. Tonight, on 16 Minutes, we strive to uncover one of the great mysteries in modern football. Harry and Ben McKay are supposedly a pair of identical twins, born on Christmas Eve in 1997. The story goes that they grew up in Warragul, playing with the Gippsland Power until they both got drafted in 2015. Harry to Carlton and Ben to North Melbourne. Harry, a natural forward, and Ben, a defender. Should be a perfect matchup, right? Wrong. In their 7 years in the AFL system, the two brothers are yet to feature in the same game. And why is that? My theory is simple. Ben and Harry are the same person. There is not a second twin at all.
This is very good.
Let's just say the excuses have been convenient.
Tell everyone your theory on the McKay.
Well, it's the one person. Well, Ben's out and Harry's out. Harry went out first, so Ben had to go out. So it's bloody interesting. Harry wears number 10, right, for Carlton. Ben wears number 23 for North Melbourne.
Yes.
This was put up, Harry in a jumper with number 23 on it.
Oh, God.
Look, that was on the socials.
Was it?
So even poor old Harry is confused if he's Ben. Well, he doesn't know if he's Arthur or Martha, or more to the point, Harry or Ben. Some people deny my theory. They say, what about the photos of them together as kids? Or on draft night? Photoshop.
Yep.
What about when one is playing interstate while the other is playing at the same time in Melbourne? Simple. A clever impersonator. All we know for sure is there are plenty of questions still to be asked about this mysterious football conundrum. Conundrum. There you go, Jim. And there's one lady.
That's very good, Bill.
What is this?
And probably a dad,
Yes.
who could answer this once and for all, Jim.
Yes.
And we've been lucky enough to get hold of Mrs. McKay, Tracy, and she's on the line, and we welcome her to the rub. G'day, Trace.
Hi, guys. Lovely to be with you.
Now, can you confirm that you, Mrs. McKay, delivered twin boys, Ben and Harry, on the 24th of December, 1997?
Well, Bill, you have my youngest son, Charlie, convinced that there's only one. But I'm here to tell you there is two. Absolutely. I was there.
You were there, were you?
You sure?
I was definitely there, and there was definitely two.
Right, so there was Ben and there was Harry.
It's not confirmation
That's right.
enough, Bill. I need more. I need more.
Was
We need evidence.
Was Peter there?
He was, yes, he was there as well.
He's the dad. Then, Mrs. McKay, thank you for that. Can you explain how, after 7 years in the AFL system, the boys, Ben and Harry, allegedly, have never played against each other? Trace.
I actually can't explain that, Bill, other than it's a twin thing. They maybe just don't want to beat up each other in public. Right. They do it often off camera for sure, but maybe not in public.
Right. Do you have a picture of the two together?
Yes, I do. There's a few.
Right.
and photoshopping skills, not my high point, no.
Well, that's good enough for me, Jim.
Well,
if the mum says
Trace,
yes.
I'm looking as we speak at my computer screen here with the boys wearing their Carlton and North Melbourne jumpers.
Yeah.
Harry's got his arm, in a headlock around Ben. So I showed Bill that, and he said, "No, that's photoshopped."
Photoshopped.
So then I've got them on draft day when they both had the long hair, and they're clearly not the same person.
Oh, no, clearly not.
Have you heard this conspiracy?
I have, and as I said, you almost had Charlie convinced because the draw, and where it was a bit of a clash, there was, timing of injuries was important. Same knee, same time. And then there was the unlucky suspension from Ben,
Concussion.
and he was convinced.
Who's the better player, Trace?
Oh, they're both perfect in their position.
Well,
Yeah, they are.
Well,
They're natural forward, natural defender, so they do. They're mirror image twins, Bill, so they complement each other. Left hand, right hand, defender, attacker,
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing, Trace, is I know they were set to play against each other a couple of years ago, and then I think Harry was laid out.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think Ben either tweeted or got on social media and said, "Well, I only play on the opposition's best forward anyway, so I was going to play on Charlie Curnow."
It was Levi at the time.
Oh,
yeah,
Levi,
he's play on Levi.
That's it.
He's played on Levi more than he's played on Harry when Levi moved to Gold Coast, I think.
Now, Trace, you and I haven't met, but I was walking down the race at the MCG about 6 weeks ago, Bernard.
Yep.
And suddenly this big hand lobbed on my shoulder. It was a Carlton game. I turned around and he is massive.
He is, yeah.
What size were they when you had the two of them?
Oh, actually, well, they were premies, so they were tiny. So you know that graph you have, when you're born, you're sort of somewhere on the graph. Well, they were so little, they were off the graph.
Gee.
Down but under the line, and then by the time they were 4, they were so big they were off the graph the other end. It was giant.
How's the food bill, Trace?
Oh, well, look, let's just say we got our life and bank balance back when they moved out and got drafted. But they still come around and we still get 2 kilo of chicken just to put in the casserole. Just
2 kilo?
Oh, yeah.
Tracy, now you have dispelled Bill's myth. Would you hope and seek for him to cease persisting with it?
Yeah.
Well, it is a bit of fun, but I guess the only true test will be when they do play against each other.
Okay. Well answered.
And look, they have in the VFL once, but not against each other. They were at opposite ends that time.
So the question remains a little bit, Bill, I feel. But
Doors open.
Hey, have you spoken to Harry since the heartbreak of Sunday? How's he been?
Devastated, I think is the word. Yeah, the family's got around the boys on the night, and yeah, look, I think there's a lot of support, but there's a lot of hurt and devastation, and they have to work through that, and they will, and they've got Michael Voss there and Ash, and they'll get through it, but they'll learn from this. As much as anything else in their lives, I'm sure.
Have you spoken to Harry about the big arrival at Arden Street?
Oh.
Ben?
Well, no. Well, yes, actually, Ben probably more appropriately, but H, because I know there's a fierce rivalry between the two of them.
No, you actually meant Ben, so you're trying to turn it around. But have you spoken to Ben since the big arrival?
Yeah, absolutely. And the whole club is just stoked with the appointment, and I think it's an amazing, amazing appointment for North Melbourne. It's a huge guess. It'll be great.
Yes, bloody oath.
No, very excited he will be. Now, my sister-in-law, Deborah, has to go and watch Angus play against Andrew, and she absolutely hates it. Mark's okay with it, but on those occasions when Freo play Melbourne, Trace, Deb has a nightmare. She can't stand being at the ground. How are you going to go when, I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when the boys finally play against each other at AFL level?
Well, it's a little bit the opposite at our place, Jim. Pete is the nervous wreck about it all, and I was just let's get it done. But I have spoken to Robin and Pete Young, who have the same situation with Hayden and Lockie, and they were kind of looking forward to it, and they said it was the worst time when they did. So I don't know. I'm mixed. I don't know. I'm yet to experience it. I think I'd like to experience it once just to get it done.
Or you could just approach it like Mrs. De Koning, who spoke during the week at the All Australian and was in a Bali bar being
and that's the alternative. Yeah. Happy to be over there and at a Bali bar with a couple of bintangs under our belt. I reckon.
Hey, well done, Trace, and it's good enough for me now, Jim.
You happy?
I've heard it from the horse's mouth.
Oh, Bill.
So to
I
speak.
think there's a much better way of speaking about beautiful Mrs. McKay.
How else do I put it? I've
heard it from the boy's mother.
Mother's mouth, maybe?
All right, the mother's mouth. But thank you, Trace. You're a bloody star. Thanks for coming on board and having a bit of fun. And I won't say it again. They are not the one person. There is Harry at Carlton, Ben at...
And congratulations, Trace, by the way, on both of them. They are both stars of our competition, so you must be a very proud mum.
I am. I'm proud of all four, and the boys are living their dream, which is always what parents want, isn't it?
Brilliant.
And hi to Pete too. Poor old Pete just gets pushed out the background.
Thanks,
Trace.
Trace.
He likes it. He likes it out of the limelight. That's okay.
Brilliant. What a great story that is.
Well,
so you're happy?
I'm happy now.
Righto, good.
We've heard it from the mum.
They are both rippers.
Yeah.
Ben's had a hell of a season. A bit forgotten. I mean, Harry, of course, because the Blues have been flying.
And a Coleman medalist of last year.
Yeah, but Ben, I reckon, has turned into one of the premier big defenders in the competition.
And if you get some support down there, who knows
that
where
would
he
be
could go.
nice at some stage.
One day they'll play against
if he's
each
not
other.
just one out with the most entered D50 in the comp.
Had a good play down there, Jim. Tarrant.
And just decided to get
Trade
rid
him
of him. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you're taking the
You're
phone
taking
call
the
now,
phone
eh?
call now, eh?
Guess who it was?
Who? Where is he?
Oh, yeah. Put him on loudspeaker, Bill.
No.
No. He's what?
He forgot.
He forgot.
Oh, you forgot that we do this every week.
This? What are we dealing with? We're going to a break. We've got the quiz coming up. It's a special quiz.
It is.
Special.
A champions quiz.
Champions. We're going to see who is the champion of the champions or the king of the kings.
All right. If you understand any of that,
Great
that's what we're
sell,
doing
Bill.
next.